Hello boys and girls, I know it's been a while since I made the last Dead by Daylight video, but honestly, I've been tired of Dead by Daylight, so excuse me. So it's been more than a week since the release of the Onryo, and do you remember how almost every DBD YouTube content creator would say that the Onryo is one of the worst killers? Like even me, I straight up thought that this new killer is a piece of shit, and I played with this killer on the PTB for a while. But now, as the Onryo has been released on the live servers, developers have buffed this killer. They buffed the Onryo quite a bit, meaning that it is supposed to be a better killer now.
Or is it?
So is the Onryo a good killer now? The short answer is no. And I know it's my personal opinion and you can have yours, but I would like to talk about it in this video. But first of all, my goal is to reach 1000 subscribers sometime this year, so make sure you are subscribed and I will personally deliver my 6.5 inches cock to your door. Thank you very much. Okay, so first of all, to tell you the truth, never have I ever found the Onryo really fun to play, and I think it's a big issue because if you don't find the killer fun to play, you will not try to find any reasons for why the killer is good even when it's not good. Let me give you an example. The twins. When twins got added into Dead by Daylight, it was an extremely buggy chapter and people literally hated the new killer. They thought that twins is one of the worst killers in the game, but to tell you the truth, the twins are extremely unique and fun to play. So, once developers fixed all of the bugs related to the twins, people started to praise the twins and everybody started to play them and people noticed how good the twins really are. And now I see so many people putting the twins on the S tier, which is not happening with the Onryo, because immediately once I started playing with the Onryo, I was like, nah, I'm not getting this. This feels just like the Spirit mixed with Wraith, and I don't feel like it's fun to play. And it's not just me, I see many people on forums complaining about how uninspired this new chapter feels, even though it's based on one of the best horror franchises ever. Truth of the matter is that people are not gonna be biased towards this chapter. If they don't like this killer, they will straight up say that this killer is trash, which is not true. This is not a trash killer, but at the very least, Sadako is a mediocre killer. But why is this killer not fun to play? Well, it's subjective, but does winning Dead by Daylight games sound fun enough to you? It does sound fun to me, and I lose so many games when I play Sadako. It's just so, it feels so different in a bad way. For example, the lunge of her attack, it feels way shorter, does way worse than any other killer's lunge in the game. And I'm wondering why did developers have to do this? But just like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Onryo has been buffed and I want to talk about it, but first of all, let me go over the biggest problems I had with this killer on the PTB. So the first big problem is the condemned status effect. It is a part of her power which is supposed to pressure and scare survivors, but instead it was just like a meme. It was so difficult to get your condemned bar filled that it was the most useless part of the Sadako's power. Basically, if you don't understand what condemned means, survivors get more condemned if the killer teleports somewhere close to them or if they carry the videotape for a long time. And carrying the videotape will stop the killer from teleporting to a specific TV, so it's supposed to be useful, but actually it's not useful. So yeah, this thing at least on the PTB was useless. Another problem with Sadako on the PTB was that the manifesting and manifesting again in chases would slow you down a little and it would take quite a bit of time to demanifest and manifest back. So it wasn't worth doing so, meaning this killer is trash when it comes to to chases. These were the biggest problems with Sadako on the PTB. So let's see what has changed. So first of all, they made it easier to get survivors condemned. But still, it's a fucking meme, and it is still not enough to make this part of her power useful and viable. And talking about the demanifestation stuff, they made it faster to demanifest and manifest again. They literally increased speeds, which is a very welcome change, but it feels like now the manifesting slows you down even more than before, which is terrible. And honestly, this is the first month in a while when with the new killer, and even more surprisingly licensed killer, DBD is still losing players, and I do understand why. This killer needs to be buffed more and as quickly as possible. I think it's a good start. They have buffed this killer quite a bit, but it's definitely not enough. And do I think that this killer will be buffed enough? I don't think so, considering that I think that Trickster is the worst killer in the game, and it was released as the worst killer in the game. It is still the worst killer in the game, and the Legion is still not considered to be good. The Trapper is still not good. There are so many old killers that still needs buffs, and I do not think that this killer will be buffed enough. But anyway, thank you for watching. By the way, I do not recommend you purchasing this DLC if you are not a big fan of Ringu, or if you are not the big fan of Dead by Daylight, but it's your choice to make. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it before. Like this video. I don't know when I will make another video, but see you later.